Hello everybody! I decided to do a Dear Esther walkthrough. This is a small game that's based on a Source Engine mod from several years ago. And then Valve just released this on Steam today, actually, February the 14th. And I think we should have some fun walking through the game. There's very minimal interaction in the game. It's just a bunch of walking. But a story unfolds through a narrative, and that's what we're going to listen to. So I'll talk when the narrator isn't talking, but I'll let you listen to the entire story. And by the way, I never played the original mod, so I'm going in blind. Okay, let's start with Chapter 1, which is the Lighthouse. And, yeah, play the chapter. Remember, the game is going to be a little strange. I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of my own commentary because I don't want to talk over the narrator.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Okay, so I guess this is my little boat that I used to to reach land. And I mentioned earlier that this is an island in the Hebrides, and I guess we just start exploring, right? And I also mentioned that there's not much interaction except movement, and that's true. I did find I can zoom in a little bit, see? So look, we can already see a radio tower, and you can get a closer look at things if you use the zoom key, which is a mouse button. Okay, let's go in here. Oh yeah, this is the other interaction. If things get too dark, your flashlight automatically turns on. That's interesting. It's paint, okay, luminous paint. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of explore and investigate everything as we're moving through. And whenever the narrator starts talking, I'll just shut up. Okay, interesting. Toilet. Be cool if you could drink out of the toilet, huh? More of the paint. Okay, let's take a look at this. Food in 1972? Okay. No, 1978. All right. Interesting. Right. A deck of cards. What's this? I'll have to check that out later. It's some ancient Greek, some Greek literature. Alright. And what do we got here? No, oh. It's a chemical equation of some sort. Hydrogen. I should know this. I should know it. I'll check it out later. 10 points if you can guess that equation right away. What's the compound? I don't know. It could just be an alcohol. It probably is an alcohol. Okay, so let's keep moving. You can't run, so this is our pace. So we can go up or down. Which way? Oh, let's go down first because we haven't explored the ocean or the beach yet. It was just the rocky shoreline where we landed. And you also notice there's not a lot of music, or at least not yet, and that's intentional. It's just to kind of imbue that atmosphere of desolation on this island, because it is a very desolate island. I mean, it's practically deserted. In fact, I think it is totally deserted. We're the only human on the island. Or the only living human. Okay. Yeah, graphics are pretty convincing. I mean, this, after just messing around for a few minutes in the game, most people will just itch for more interaction, like monsters and a more immersive storyline and fighting and combat, all that stuff. But it isn't. It's simply movement. So I'll do a lot of panning around so you can...
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time. Sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming.
Yeah.
I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
See. Interesting. Now, by the way, I tested this game out for just like 10 minutes before I started recording, and the first time it was a different paragraph. He narrated something differently. I don't know why that happened. Well, okay, we'll fall down if we go down that way, so let's move back around this way. How do you like the god rays? Those are actually real god rays. They're not just like some post-processing, like the...
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Okay. And honestly, I don't know if this music is too loud or not. I'll have to check it out after I'm done recording this first episode. And it does look like it'll take about 10 to 20 episodes to finish this. I just don't know yet.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
Yeah.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay, so it's obviously some kind of crazy genetic experiment, or some kind of,
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Whoa, that's pretty creepy. So, remember I said this is my first exposure to Dear Esther, so I don't know the story. I'm kind of discovering it as I go along, and it should be kind of interesting to see how I piece it all together for someone who's never touched it before. Okay, so now I assume we're going the right way. He talked about a moon, but again, you know,
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Interesting. Okay, so I wonder what's going on over there.
I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread. I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
I see. And these are the sea creatures, I guess, that someone has inscribed upon the wall. That is just and then there's that equation again. It must be like some kind of recombinant DNA virus or something that they've discovered. Okay, and then there's what? I can't tell what that is. Some sort of squid, perhaps. And, oh god, I'm doing terrible with these hieroglyphs. Interesting. Okay, Well, that's... Alright. So then we head out this side, and then I guess we can reach the next location. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of caves and caverns to explore here, too. Okay, we're going to have to be careful not to drown. Why don't we head over here to this shipwreck, and then we can see what's up. He told us to follow the moon, but again, those the little paragraphs are out of sequence, so that doesn't necessarily mean we have to follow the moon. In fact, I don't even see it out right now. Yeah, we can check this shipwreck out. Oh, come on. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Apparently I can't go over that way. Okay. So I guess, so now what?